We normally do this on Facebook every week, but today we're doing it on YouTube just to, I don't know, try something different. Today we're talking about thoroughly cleaning wheels. I think wheels sometimes are thought of separately than maybe washing your car, but at Adams Polishes we kind of think of it all as one. So if you are going to actually wash your car, which this car desperately needs to be washed, you got to make sure and clean your wheels and tires first. There's just nothing worse than having perfectly clean paint and glass and everything, and then your wheels just stand out like a sore thumb. So first things first, you start with wheels, and the reason for that is we don't want to introduce water to the paint or the glass and let it sit there, especially if it's hard water, and get water spots all while we're cleaning our wheels. So what we're trying to avoid is putting water onto the car for an extended period of time. So as you can see today, I don't know if you want to come up here, Chris, but these wheels are very bad. They have not been cleaned. I mean, I know for sure these wheels get dirty really fast. So they have more performance style brakes that have metallic brake compound in it. And when you have performance brakes like that with the metallic brake compound, they get dirty very fast. Okay, probably quicker than traditional brake pads. And so when you have something like this, you need to, take care of them more consistently. And so today I'm going to show you how to clean these wheels thoroughly. And the other part of this is these wheels have a lot of spokes on them. So what it really does helps us showcase, the different tools that work really well for wheels that have a lot of spokes that get very, very dirty. So first things first, before I even get into this, I have a couple products. You have wheel cleaner, and then you have tire and rubber cleaner. So at Adams Polishes, we have 3 different wheel cleaners, this being our standard. We also have wheel and tire cleaner, which sort of combines these two into one. And we also have eco wheel cleaner, and we kind of here at Adams Polishes like to call it more like delicate wheel cleaner. So if you have, anodized, aftermarket wheels that are a little bit more delicate, maybe some billet aluminum type of wheels, eco wheel cleaner is going to be the thing for you. But if you have a car like this that has more performance brakes with metallic compound in it, our standard wheel cleaner is going to be it. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen, people cleaning wheels and it turns purple. This is the product that does that. So understand that. Our tire and rubber cleaner is, very versatile product, but for cleaning the brown off of the tires or like old, you can see how nasty that is, but old tire shine or tire dressing that's on there, tire and rubber cleaner is the thing that's going to clean that. Mold release agent, so tire blooming, tire and rubber cleaner is going to solve that issue. Now I have, a lot of different tools in here that are going to help us get to perfection. But as you can see, each one of these kind of does a different thing. And what I'll do is I'll talk about them while I go through this process. So first things first, another really big key aspect to this is a pressure washer. So you want to have something that can use both air and water and pressure to really blast off more of the, brake dust and things like that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to blast off part of this. And I want to show you guys something actually, which is sort of an interesting thing to talk about. But I'm going to blast off half of this and then we'll get into cleaning this wheel. So we'll get good. Oh, and also if you're on this live, this is sort of a weekly thing we do here at Adams Polishes. Like I said, it's normally on Facebook. Today it's on YouTube. But this is a chance for you to ask us questions directly. So what I want it to feel like is all you guys are kind of standing around this car. You get a chance to ask me whatever you want. I'll answer any questions detailing related, or if you want my predictions for the World Series, I'll do that too. But this is just a hangout. This is totally informal. But all the while I do this, I definitely want to add value to a car by detailing. So today we're talking about wheel cleaning, but questions. I got answers. So
what's a good product for routine weekly maintenance washes on relatively clean wheels, or is the wheel cleaner fine for that?
Oh, that's a good question. So somebody asked, Luke asked, what's a good product for weekly maintenance wheel cleaning? Luke, I would kind of tell you, like, it just depends on the wheels you're working on. So if you have something like this that has more performance style brake compound or brake pads, a wheel cleaner is going to be the best by far. The reason for that is there is a product in this chemical, a raw product in here called thioglycolate. The thioglycolate is the thing that actually attacks the metallic compound inside of those brake or inside this brake dust. And what it does is actually kind of melts it down. It's actually the same exact raw chemical that you see in like an iron remover or a decon type of product. Okay, it's thioglycolate that is going on the surface or on your wheels that actually has a natural chemical reaction with the metal particles. It turns purple, which is a total natural thing. It's not like we have a special color changing product, but the natural reaction is it turns purple, and that's it melting it away. And then when you clean, it's easier to agitate, it's easier to clean, and they come out better. So the reason why I would say if it's more on a performance type of brake or brake dust that you're doing weekly maintenance is the thioglycolate is going to melt that away and make it better. Now, if it's something that's more of just a daily driver, OEM type of car, just standard wheels, you know, Ford Explorer, 4Runner, our wheel and tire cleaner is a great weekly maintenance cleaning product because you can clean the tires and the wheels all at the same time. So it just makes it like really efficient and quick. You can also use them on performance brakes. It just, I don't think it's like, you know, using a Phillips screwdriver versus a flathead. Like, this is a better tool for performance brakes. The wheel and tire cleaner is a better tool for OEM or kind of stock wheels, right? And then if you're doing it on a show car that has delicate wheels or aftermarket, you know, super expensive wheels, Eco Wheel Cleaner is a great product too. And I mean, I would even say maybe that's also a great product to use in general, because if your wheels aren't getting, I mean, clearly not as dirty as this. This is like a total extreme example here, but Eco Wheel Cleaner is something you can use consistently and it's gonna work great. So I'd say any of them, but like more specifically, like if it's a performance brake, wheel cleaner. If it's a stock car, wheel and tire. If it's more of a show type of car or something that doesn't get driven as much, Eco Wheel Cleaner.
What's the temperature out right now?
Temperature, that's a good question. 54 degrees out. That's why I have this really cool Cinco de Mayo sweatshirt on. But yeah, 54 degrees. We're in the direct sunlight, so I don't know, I feel a little bit warmer. Just being in the direct sunlight. But that was one thing I also was going to mention is make sure that, like, when you touch your wheels, they're cool to the touch before you start this process. You don't want to be tracking your car, going on long drives, pulling it into your driveway and instantly start. One thing I 1000% recommend always is to spray, like rinse off your wheels first before you spray any of the product on there. If you spray it on there and you see steam coming off of them, wait. Like save your wheel cleaning for later when your wheels, your calipers, your rotors have cooled down or cooled to the touch. Because if your rotors are extremely hot and you spray it with cold water or product, you could potentially warp them. So you definitely don't want to do that. So make sure that they're cool to the touch before you even start. So yeah, 54 degrees. It's 1 o'clock, 1:09 here at Atlas Polish's headquarters near Denver. And yeah, any more questions, or I'm going to start?
Like 20 more questions.
20 more questions. Let me start blasting this off and then keep asking the questions, Chris. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to try to blast off half of this wheel so you can see the difference between spraying product directly onto brake dust that's on here versus something that's been then blasted off with like a pressure washer.
What's the best way to keep brake dust from attaching to the wheels?
What's the best way to prevent brake dust from attaching to the wheels? Like sticking to the wheels? Yeah, so the best way to protect wheels by far is ceramic coating, like not even a question. And you want a very robust ceramic coating, whether it's graphene or not. At Atlas Polishes, we sell a wheel. I think we have a ceramic wheel coating. If not, our standard ceramic coating, just straight up ceramic coating, is amazing for wheels. I highly recommend the graphene ceramic coating advanced. not even a question. It's like the best thing to put on your wheels. First off, the water behavior on it. So when you put a ceramic coating on, it generates a hydrophobic surface, okay, which means water beads up, okay? So what happens when the water beads up, it grabs a lot of that dirt with it and then it falls off. It helps clean your wheels a lot better. Also, it's just very resistant to heat, things like that. Makes cleaning your wheels much easier. So graphene ceramic coating, I would say #1 product. And that's something where, you know, you want to clean your wheels thoroughly. You absolutely need to take them off the car to ceramic coat them. We also have a tool here called the rolling wheel stand. That is an amazing tool for ceramic coating wheels. I mean, you set it on there, has 3 rolling pieces to it, and you can roll the wheel around it and coat it amazing. I highly recommend checking out that product. So what I want to show you is this side clearly blasted it off. So we've done a lot of work already. This side, not as much. But what I really wanted to show you is now when I start spraying wheel cleaner on here, you can see how different it is with how it changes color. So spray this on here. And you keep asking me questions, Chris. This is great.
What degree pressure washer nozzle are you using?
Okay, that's actually good. I was actually going to address that today. What degree nozzle am I using for my pressure washer? Right now, I'm using a 25 degree tip. So I think usually these are color coded. So usually green is 25, yellow is 15 degree, white is 40 degree, and red is 0 degree. The 0 degree one is red for a reason. You should not use that unless you're doing something crazy, all right? So the red tip at 0 degrees, I generally don't use on vehicles ever. And I mainly use a 25 degree tip for cleaning wheels, and I mainly use the 40 degree tip for washing a car. So I normally have the white one in my pocket when I'm doing this, but the reason why I have the 25 degree tip on this for cleaning wheels is the fan is a lot less. I don't know if you can see this, Chris, but you know, it's this big, so I can kind of control how I spray the wheels down, and I'm not getting as much water on the rest of the car. I'm completely trying to avoid getting water on the paint right now. Versus when I'm washing the car, I want a bigger fan so I can push more dirt off, push more soap off, and that's usually why I switch. So, you know, do this, switch to the white tip, which is the 40 degree, then rinse the car off, then I would foam cannon, then put the white tip back on. So check this out. You can totally see the difference of when you blast them off versus when you don't blast them off, and you can really see this wheel clean.
Not at all. And so
No.
it surprised me.
Yeah. So this is what you get when you use wheel cleaner, okay? So wheel cleaner is, like I said, it has there's a product in here, a raw chemical called thioglycolate. I talked about this briefly already, but the thioglycolate is what's attacking the metallic compound in this brake dust, and it turns it purple. It's a natural color reaction that you get with thioglycolate touching metal. And there's even times where, I wonder if I could even like do it on here, but there's times where like you can spray, you know, sometimes there's iron inside of concrete. Like this will, yeah, it's already doing it, but this is actually going to turn purple because the iron inside of the thing. If you spray like something that's raw metal, it will turn purple. It's the natural reaction that thioglycolate's doing with the metal, right? And that's also, I'm sure you guys have seen like people using a decon on their car. Usually it's like a white car on the back, and you're like, I turned my car purple. Well, it's the same exact thing that's in here. The only difference between our decon product, which is called Iron Remover, and it's orange, kind of looks like this, a little bit lighter color than a tire and rubber cleaner, but the only difference is this is more of a gel formula and the Iron Remover is more of a thin like spray formula. And the reason for the spray is it covers a bigger surface area where, like, when I spray this, you can see how small the gel kind of comes out. And yeah, the Iron Remover ends up sticking to the paint better. And so what it does more work for decontaminating the small embedded iron or iron fallout, whatever you want to call it, that's inside the paint. Versus wheel cleaner, what I want it to is when I spray it on, you can see like I've sprayed this multiple times now. It's not running off very much, like a little bit down here, but this is like sticking What I want it to is stick and work for a longer period of time. So that's why wheel cleaner is more of a gel type of formula.
Can you use iron remover on brake calipers, or should you just use wheel cleaner?
You can use iron remover to clean your wheels, 1000%. It's just
Wheel cleaners.
wheel cleaner's better because of the sense that it's a more gel formula. Listen, when I first started working at Adams Polishes in 2012, the wheel cleaner was a thin formula. It was, almost exactly like iron remover. And over a couple developments of that product, product updates, it became more of a gel because it, again, like I said, it sticks and it works better. It's not like if you did iron remover, it would start running off faster and not stick and work as effectively. So that's just really the main difference. But listen, if you ran out of wheel cleaner and you have iron remover and you want to clean your wheels, use iron remover. It's going to work. It's just, listen, the only difference is the name, the color, and the thickness. That's it, okay? All right, so let's get into cleaning wheels. I said I was going to talk about the different tools I have here. I have a few different tools for cleaning the wheels, and I have a few different tools for cleaning the tires and the fender wells. So first things first, I always like to start with the angled wheel brush. Chris has a question.
Is it safe to use wheel cleaner on every wash?
Is it safe to use wheel cleaner on every wash? Absolutely. The reason why it is safe is because you are going to rinse your wheels off every time. You don't want to spray wheel cleaner. Okay, here's another thing. Don't spray wheel cleaner on and let it sit and dry for an extended period of time, okay? It will stain. This is something, and this is also why I like to blast my wheels off first with the pressure washer before I start. Not only is the pressure washer doing more work, so you can see like over here, I got more of the brake dust off than on this side. And the other thing is the water sits on there and it almost like dilutes it a little bit, so it makes it even a safer washing process when it comes to cleaning wheels. So, and then look, I'm gonna rinse this off when I'm done cleaning it. So yeah, you can use wheel cleaner every single time you clean your wheels, not even a question, and you should, especially if you have performance wheels like this. So number one tool I'm gonna use, the angled wheel brush. The reason why it's called angled is because it goes 45-degree angle, okay? Now it's designed like this for a very specific reason, okay? And this is like super soft, fluffy, as Adam would like to say, bushy top, right? And what this is designed to do is to get into the barrel of the wheel. So the barrel of the wheel is the area between the face of the wheel and then the back of the wheel. And the barrel of the wheel is something that you should clean, or you should touch every single time that you clean your wheels. And the reason for that is because if you don't clean the barrels of your wheels, the metallic brake compound actually starts to adhere to the barrel surface. And then you have to either get your wheels refinished, or you got to do a lot of work. You got to use, a crazy type of product on there to really get them clean. So clean the barrels of your wheels every time, and the way to do that is with an angled wheel brush like this. So what I like to do is go through, clean the barrels of the wheels first, okay? Now one thing I can do is get behind the caliper, okay? This won't fit back there. So what I'm gonna do is, once I'm done cleaning this wheel, I'm actually gonna get in the car, back it up 2 feet, so then this section of the barrel right here, where it's behind the caliper, will move down to like right here, and then I can go ahead and clean it. So right now I'm just cleaning barrels.
Can you use wheel cleaner in an IK foam sprayer?
Can you use wheel cleaner, IK foam sprayer? Yeah, you can, and I would recommend using it in the IK multi-sprayer, okay? We offer 2 IK sprayers here. One's called the IK foaming sprayer, the other one's called the IK multi-sprayer. Use your wheel cleaner in the IK multi-sprayer, okay? It just works better. Okay, so the reason why you have clean water in a bucket is you want to rinse these tools each time. Now, so I clean the barrels, okay? Clean the barrels. Now what I want to do is I want to clean behind the spokes, and that's where the angle of this brush comes in. So I stick this behind, and now I can clean behind the spokes here. And the other thing I want to clean with the angled wheel brush is the hat. Now the hat is where your wheel connects to the car, okay? So you stick this in, you rub this along the hat like this, okay? And now we can really clean the hat.
How do you clean the angled wheel brush once you're done?
How do you clean the angled wheel brush? Well, what I like to do with all my brushes, because I'm constantly like dunking it into this bucket of water as I go. Sometimes, like especially on this wheel, I'm probably gonna have to dump this water out and refill it because it's so nasty. But the way you clean it is after you, so it actually brings up a good point. This is a two-part answer. So the way I clean them is I'm gonna use the pressure washer after this, okay? But the other thing is, what you wanna do is you wanna completely clean one wheel at a time. So what I don't wanna do is spray wheel cleaner on here, spray wheel cleaner on that wheel, and then try to clean them both at the same time. Just focus on one wheel at a time, okay? And the reason for that is not only is it more safe to do that, okay? Safe for your wheels, safe for your car, but it's also more effective. You end up focusing better, you know, on one wheel at a time, and it just makes it more effective. Better cleaning process, right?
Is it okay to use waterless wash on a ceramic coated car?
It's okay to use waterless wash on a ceramic coated car. Yeah, 1000%. As long as it's not like muddy and crazy dirty, but like if it's, I would even potentially use waterless wash on a car like this, which might seem crazy to people, but waterless wash is designed to be able to clean cars that are this dirty. Probably what I would end up doing is needing to use multiple towels, but yeah, you can use waterless wash on a ceramic coated vehicle, 1000%. Okay, now I'm using the wheel face brush, okay? It has sort of reddish, pinkish bristles, a rubber border, so, right, instead of kind of this noise.
So it won't scratch. That's right.
Yeah, so rubber, and it's just these synthetic fibers are really soft and really effective at scrubbing your wheels and doing a lot of work. So this is something I can't fit into the barrel, right? I can't get the hat. So what I'm focusing on is the face of the wheel. Okay, so I like to kind of go along with the spoke like this, first and foremost. Okay, and then once I've gone that, I like to go around kind of the edge and then as best as I can inside of in between the spokes. But in this case, these spokes are there's a lot of them, right? I'm not even going to count them, but I have a product that I'm going to bring out right now. Actually, let me just hit this cap really quick. Okay, now I have this one called the spoke brush. Okay, now this is like essentially your angled wheel brush, but it has this shorter handle. Okay, now if you don't have the spoke brush, you can absolutely use the angled wheel brush, just hold it right here. But because this is so thin, it cramps my hands up and I hate that. So I like using the spoke brush, just a little bit more leverage, a little bit easier, more ergonomical. And what I like to do with this is go in between the spokes now, because I couldn't get this with the wheel face brush. Okay, so this is like focusing totally on in between the spokes, making the spoke, you know, the nooks and crannies, as Adam would call it.
Will the wheel face brush scratch black polished wheels?
Will the wheel fit? No, it won't. The synthetic fibers were designed to not scratch that, and your wheels are very rugged. I would say though, like, if you are nervous that a synthetic type of fiber would scratch, we offer a wheel brush called the boar's hair wheel brush, which is like the softest wheel face brush that we offer. So I would consider maybe looking into getting a boar's hair brush, okay?
A viewer, I'm assuming a new viewer, says, do you have a recommendation on how to get behind the brake caliper without taking the wheel off?
Ooh, that's a good question. So somebody asked, do you have a recommendation of how to get behind the brake caliper without taking the brake off?
Wheel off.
Or take the wheel off, sorry. I say take the caliper off.
You said take the brake off.
Take the brake off. No, don't take your brakes off, okay? It's not a good idea.
You don't need brakes.
Yeah, no. Do like old school bike where you like put your foot on the back tire. But
The Flintstones brake method.
how to get behind the brake. So I guess
I feel like they probably mean the barrel near the caliper.
yeah, maybe. I'll just talk about the whole thing. So if you want to clean your brake caliper in its entirety, if you're focusing specifically on the brake caliper, the easiest way to do it is take the wheel off. Okay, no, not a question. Now, there are a couple ways to clean behind the brake caliper without taking the wheel off. Now, number one, okay, we have this angled wheel brush. If your wheels have enough clearance, then you can usually get back there. We also have something called the small or like mini wheel woolly. The mini wheel woolly actually is a smaller fiber, so you can generally get that behind your caliper when you're cleaning it. So that might be an option as well. That's something to check out on our website for sure. If you're talking more specifically about cleaning like the barrel of the wheel behind the caliper, then you would use the angled wheel brush. But what we're gonna do after this, and I'm gonna show it to you guys on video, is I'm actually gonna move the car back a couple feet and it will expose the barrel that was dirty there behind the caliper, and then we'll clean that part. So if you're talking more about the caliper and you have something like the caliper is something that you really can't clean behind it and you want to clean the caliper, probably taking your wheel off is the best option. But realize we have the small the small wheel woolly that is much smaller than our small angled wheel brush. God, there's a lot of blah 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 blah. Anyways, the small wheel woolly is probably going to be a great option for you in that process. Yeah, so I just switched to, I took this out of the bucket. This is called the trim and lug nut brush. Okay.
Oh, so that person commented.
On the brake thing.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to address that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um,
Same person talking about the brake caliper thing.
Yeah, he said, excuse me, not the caliper, the brake itself. I think he means the rotor.
Oh, okay, the rotor. I mean, you don't really need to clean the rotors too much. And you can see it's actually starting to, what happens is the wheel cleaner, as it touches the rotor, which is raw metal, that actually starts to rust the rotor, okay? Now, the thing about your rotor is, as soon as you drive your car, your brake, and use your brakes, your brake is gonna actually rub off or what am I trying to say? Essentially, it's gonna rub off the rust that's on the rotor, okay? Abrade, that's what I was trying to say. It's gonna abrade the surface on the actual rotor. So when my rotors start to rust like this, I don't even care, because I know when I drive my car and I hit the brakes, it's going to make that look perfect again. So don't worry too much about it. So I use this to clean inside the lug nuts. I use it to clean where the valve stem is at, and I use this to clean the brake caliper as well. So this is a way to really get into the nooks and crannies and really clean the brake caliper as well. So just go through and get it the best you can. This is opportunity to also clean kind of back there as well. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse the wheel off. And I like to do the tire cleaning and the wheel cleaning kind of separately. So rinse the wheel off. Now what I want you to see is I'm not just carelessly rinsing this off, okay? I'm angling this down and I'm starting at the middle of the wheel and I'm making sure the top fan is not hitting the paint here. So I can rinse the wheel off without getting the car all nasty wet and get water spots. And that's also, again, one of the main reasons why you want to start cleaning wheels first and not blast your car with water and then have hard water sitting on it. You want to get your wheels completely done first before you move on to fully washing the car. Right? Yeah, I'll do the fenders and the tires at the same time. Same products, same tools. Yeah. I think that looks great. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. Yeah. If you guys got on in the beginning, this is like...
Can I just show them the other side?
Yeah, Chris is going to show you guys the driver's side so you can really see. I'm going to do one more quick round on it, actually. So what Chris is showing you right now is essentially what the before was of the wheel that I'm working on right now. Talk about a big difference. I'm actually running through and hitting behind the spokes again, but you can see the color difference here. And we'll show you again another before and after before we like sign off on this. But you guys, I'm really enjoying your guys' questions. I want to make sure that not only can I show you guys, you know, cleaning wheels, which is, I mean, at Adams Polishes now is a standard practice that we're doing all the time. But I want to make sure that, you know, you can learn some stuff with cleaning wheels, but you can also learn some stuff that answers that I can give you on really any sort of detailing questions you have. If you guys are going to SEMA, I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm not going to be there this year. I'm a little bummed about it, but we got a lot brewing, a lot cooking here at Adams Polishes for Black Friday. So I'm hanging back, and I'm going to be staying here to focus on Black Friday and stuff like that. Adam will be there. Dan will be there. So make sure you guys go to our booth. We're going to be out by, if you guys are familiar with past years at SEMA, there's a outside parking lot. They always do like drifting with cars. We're out there. We're outside there. And I think we have also a wholesale booth on the inside. But go outside. I'm sure Adam will be doing demonstrations. And if you have questions about detailing, he's there to answer anything. I'm just blasting myself. But yeah, enjoy it. Okay, so clean wheel. My goodness. That is like, talk about a turnaround. Okay, now we clean the tires and the fenders. So tire and rubber cleaner. So I like to spray the tire and rubber cleaner on here like this. Okay. And I like to spray it into the fender wells as well. If you have carpeted fender wells, spraying the product into the carpeted fender wells is unnecessary. But what I do recommend is using a fender brush to still scrub the carpeted fender wells to get any loose dirt, grass, things like that off of it. So fender brush, stick it in. Now, what I'm going to show you is I don't have a lot of clearance here, okay? Like I can barely move this thing, okay? Because the tire is too close to the actual fender. So in that case, what you do is you grab your angled wheel brush, like this guy, and we use this to actually scrub inside the fender.
Michael says, you mentioned you do the wheels first and the tires later. Is there any issue with taking care of them at the same time?
No.
Can you just spray and then clean the wheel and the tire and then spray them?
So yeah, that's Michael, you said?
Yep.
Yeah, thank you for that question, Michael.
McNamara.
Michael McNamara?
Sure.
There you go. I hope that's right, Michael. Sorry. But anyways, yes, you can do them at the same time. In fact, Adam Patali himself, the founder of Adams Polishes, he does his wheels and tires all at the same time. I just, for some reason, I don't know why, I think for me it helps me compartmentalize each thing and helps me focus on each thing. And so that's sort of why I do it. And listen, everyone does it different, so there's no right or wrong answer. So if you want to do it at the same time, go for it. I tend to feel like I don't want the product to dry on the surface completely. Sometimes a tire and rubber cleaner can chalk up. It's not a bad thing. It's just I'm sort of I try to avoid it a little bit. Just I think it's more of maybe it's an OCD thing. I know it's not like a real OCD thing, but it's just something that I.
Do you have to do anything different for tires that have really deep tread, like Jeeps?
Yeah, that's a good question. Somebody asked, do you need to do anything different with tires that have really deep tread, like Jeeps or 4Runners or, you know, like off-road type of cars, or maybe a Ram 1500, Ford F-150. I can't leave anybody out, right? Chevy Silverado. So if you have something like Nitto Terra grapplers, you have some Falcon AT3Ws, you have some Mickey Thompsons. I know they have some pretty crazy tires. If you have something with really crazy tread block, what I tend to recommend is, instead of using this, I didn't even explain this brush, but what I use is this tire scrub brush. So it kind of looks like the wheel face brush a little bit here, but the difference is the length of fiber and also the stiffness of the fiber. So this one is like really floppy and soft. I just sprayed Chris like crazy. Anyways, this is really floppy and soft, so very safe on the hard surface of your wheels. And this is like, you can hear it. It's like really stiff, firm bristles. So what this does, it ends up scrubbing your tires really well, right? Now, when you have aggressive tread block, if you use a really stiff bristle like this, it can like sling product everywhere. So what I like to do actually is I like to use the fender brush like this, because this still has pretty firm bristles, but it's a little more floppy. They're a little bit long. And I'll take this on more aggressive tread block, and I'll use this to scrub the tire. So in that case, you know, you may not need a tire scrub brush. You could get away with just using a fender brush, but that's something that you can do. And also, I mean, you know, with more aggressive tread block, you usually have a bigger tire wall. And also going side to side, or like around with the wheel, I'll also go kind of up and down, you know, from the wheel to the outside of the tire to get into the tread block. So just a couple different things you can do. And actually, it's funny you say that, because I have some Falken AT3Ws, and I was going to do the video today, the live video on those tires specifically, but Kai's wheels were so dirty that I was like, I gotta do this. It's like such a great turnaround. And you know, I think a lot of time for me, like cleaning wheels is awesome, but like when you get a really dirty wheel like this, the turnaround and the visual is just so appealing. You're like, God, I actually did something today. I actually made something better today, right? So there you go. That's pretty much a completely, I mean, that's as clean as I'm gonna get it probably without taking the wheel off. Now, the one thing I do, there's two things I wanna mention. So number one, actually, you know what? This caliper's still like a little bit dirty. So I'm gonna spray this with the wheel cleaner again. Oops. I'm actually gonna spray it with a combination of wheel cleaner and tire and rubber cleaner. And then find my trim and lug nut brush and just go after this a little bit more. Just kind of this one spot that's really bothering me. But anyways, two things I'm going to mention. Number one is I still need to move the car about 2 or 3 feet to get this part of the barrel that I wasn't able to get with the small angled wheel brush. And also what I want to show you is right here, a little bit wet, and right here, a little bit wet, okay? But what I don't have is water on the whole car. Now, if I have water on the whole car and it dries, look, everybody has water spots. There's not, if your PPM or parts per million that comes out of your hose is more than, let's call it 300, you're gonna get water spots no matter what. And 50, yeah, I mean 50, 100, 200, I just say 300 because it's pretty general, but everybody in the whole nation, if you don't have filtered water, you're gonna get water spots. It does not matter where you live. It's those minerals that sit inside of your water that once the H2O evaporates into the air, the minerals stay on your car and they start to etch away at your paint, and that's how you get water spots. And if they sit on there for too long, they etch into the paint to the point where you can't just wipe them off. You have to actually polish them off because now they become essentially a scratch in the form of a water spot. So keep that in mind. Like the whole purpose of cleaning your wheels first is to avoid getting water onto the exterior of your vehicle. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna grab the air cannon and bring it out here. I wanna blow this off and then, actually no I can't because I gotta clean it a little bit. I'm gonna move the car back just a little bit so we can clean that section of the wheel that I couldn't get with the angled wheel brush. So let me move this back. And FYI, this is a manual transmission, so if that gives me a little street cred with you guys, I can drive a manual. How's that? Just go back a couple feet. Actually, I'm going to go the other way because I want it to be on the bottom. Can you see it, Chris? Yeah? All right. there we go. Now, another thing I'm going to mention too really quick while I'm here is if you have all-weather floor mats, this is also the time.
We wanted you to do a burnout.
Not in this car. I think this is all-wheel drive, so it's not going to happen. If it was snowing, I would drift for you guys. But anyways, like I was just saying, if you have all-weather floor mats, this is the time to clean those as well. So Kai has rubber floor mats here. So the way that you clean these, well, first off, let me finish hitting the barrel. I'm sure Chris showed you guys, but the barrel of the wheel is pretty nasty back there still. It also is going to give me a chance to hit behind the spokes, which I can see are still like very dirty because I couldn't reach that behind the caliper. So
Matt Hudson says, shout out to Joe for leaking the detailing tape last week. Got me a couple rolls yesterday when it dropped.
oh, really?
I didn't even know they dropped it yesterday.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, let me just say this. You're welcome, Matt Hudson. Yeah, I accidentally leaked some detailing tape. It's essentially like painter's tape, but it's specifically designed more for working on cars. And so we just launched that yesterday. Also, we launched with some Scan Grip lights. We partnered up with Scan Grip to give you guys the opportunity to get some really high quality lighting for polishing. So make sure you guys go to the website and check that out. Some really great products, especially like, lighting is so key, especially if you're like in professional detailing, or if you're doing it at home and you just want your cars to be very, very perfect. So, yeah, Matt, I think you're gonna like that tape. It's a little bit more thin than like the blue painter's tape, but it also, like, because it's more thin, it sticks to the paint a little bit better, so it doesn't peel up as easy when you're polishing over it. So works really well. All right, let me blast this off really quick. Man, Matt Hudson's on here, dude. He's on the community page all the time. Him, Mark Dressel. Oh, really quick. I got to give a specific shout out today. Our guy Rick Archuleta, who's on the live every week. I hope he's on here today, but if you're on here, happy birthday, man. I know your birthday was Monday, I'm pretty sure. And you had a very special person in to Adams Polishes getting you some stuff. So I know Mike Oldham as well wanted to wish you a happy birthday. So happy birthday to Rick. I just appreciate your support on here, and it's fun to have like familiar people on here all the time. And I feel like I know a lot of you guys because I see your posts on the community page. I talk to you on the live here, but the best is when I get to meet you guys in person and actually hang out for real. So happy birthday, Rick. I hope you had a great day. Hope you got to detail some cars.
Mark Dressel said happy birthday, Rick.
Oh, good. Yeah. Everyone, please, on the live, wish Rick a happy birthday.
Aaron Hansen says my birthday was Monday too.
What the heck, Aaron? What's your problem? You and Rick need to get together. You guys are birthday brothers. Happy birthday, Aaron. Happy 21st. I don't know how old you are, but I just say happy 21st to everybody. So, clean wheel. Well, there's still some purple coming out of there. There probably will be for a little while, but anyways, I'm going to clean the all-weather floor mat as well. Normally what you do is you pull all of the all-weather floor mats out first. You get them out. You clean them either before you clean your wheels or after you clean your wheels. And this is I'm just going to do one for now, but blast it down with the pressure washer first, okay? And then we use tire and rubber cleaner for this. So I like to get the excess water off first so I know the product is going to work better. And I actually turn this to the stream so I can just kind of stay up here and spray this down. So tire and rubber cleaner. We also have a product called Rubber Mat and Liner Cleaner. I would say that the Rubber Mat and Liner Cleaner tends to work a little bit better on rubber mats, okay? The more plastic style like WeatherTech floor mats, the tire and rubber cleaner seems to work just a little bit better. Also, the wheel and tire cleaner product works on floor mats as well, so don't forget about that. So spray it down, and then I like to use the fender brush, and the reason for that is the fender brush has these fanned bristles on it. You can kind of see it kind of on the profile. But what this does, it tends to just scrub a little bit better.
Can you use the tire?
You can use the tire scrub brush as well, yeah, if you don't have the fender brush. So use the tire scrub brush as well. I like to go with the grooves as best as I can. And just scrub, 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 scrub. That's the tire scrub brush. Like I said, I usually use the fender brush.
Which motor company says had to?
Say that again?
I think Rick Archuleta might be Fisher.
Oh no, Fisher Motor Company. That's Scott. What's up, Scott? How's it going? Scott, by the way, I need to get back to you. I'm glad you ended up getting the waterless wash, but rinseless wash, we didn't have any. I sent your information and we would have had to make like a special batch. We were going to make a special batch of rinseless wash for you at B&B, our chemical supplier, but they were buried with an order for a different company. So they didn't have the ability to do it. So I'm glad you could get the waterless wash, but rinseless is gonna be tough to come by. So, but Scott's awesome. He's an amazing mechanic, airplane mechanic, car mechanic, just all around great guy. Yeah, what's up, Scott? Okay, so scrub it and then blast it off with the pressure washer. Sometimes I'll flip it over and scrub the underside. I mean, normally I do. So you do this and you can flip it over. You see how dirty it is. The underside's usually not nearly as dirty. So I'd say if there's any place to cut a corner, the underside of your all-weather floor mats is the corner to cut for sure.
I think Maddox Moods might actually be Rick Archuleta. So thanks for the shout out.
Oh, of course.
The thing with YouTube is channel names, not people names.
Yeah, I know, it's different, right? Say something crazy. So that side, and then we'll do this side again. So normally what I like to do, I'll just be honest, like I like to clean my all-weather floor mats first. And the reason for that is because what I can do now is I can set these, you know, we have these really cool like mat clips. Not everybody has these, right? But what I like to do is I'll set these up against like near my garage or something like this, facing the sun, and then they dry. And by the time I'm done cleaning my wheels and tires, washing my car, by the time I'm done, then my all-weather floor mats are dry and ready to go in my car. I don't want to put that in when it's wet. I don't want the wet nastiness in my car, especially like in the carpet. So,
What's the best product to clean them all-weather floor mats?
Best-
Or sorry, to dress.
oh, to dress them. You know what? Here, let me just Chris focus. Show them the before and after. I'm gonna get the air cannon. I'm gonna blast off the wheel and the tire because I want to dress them. So I want you guys to see a final product, and I'll do the same thing with the all-weather floor mat. Oh, one thing I will say to you guys, Chris and I are working on a video about, you know, what products are best for somebody who owns a black car, a black color car. So you have to check that out once we release it. I think this video I'm like super proud of. It's going to be really cool, but all the products work on any color car, so just keep that in mind. Get this plugged in really quick. Say that again, Chris.
If you're doing a full detail detail, do you start with interior or exterior?
If you're doing a full detail, I tend to start on the exterior. Hold on one second. I think this unplugged. No, we're good. I tend to start with the exterior. The reason for that is when you start with the exterior, you start outside. Okay, so usually do the exterior outside. So you're cleaning your wheels and tires. And here's the thing, what I want you guys to understand as well, I think in our industry, there's a lot of different opinions on how you do a full detail, you know? Every car requires something different, okay? Every car has different levels of damage. Every car has different amounts of contamination, you know, bonded contaminants, iron fallout. Every car kind of requires something different. So, you know, in general terms, you know, I'd say you would clean your all-weather floor mats first, if it has it. Then clean your wheels and tires. Okay, then when you're done cleaning your wheels and tires, then what I do is then I move to the back and clean the exhaust tips. And then when I'm done cleaning the exhaust tips, then I go and I clean the engine bay. Actually, how much? I have like 15 minutes left, 10 minutes left. I'm actually kind of curious. Let's see if I can get this. It's not that dirty. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah. Looks like you can do reason.
Yeah. Well, no, it's still pretty dirty, but. Okay, so watch. I'll just show you guys really quick. So let's say I clean all my wheels and tires, then I clean my exhaust tips. Now I'm gonna clean the engine really quick. And actually, this is a good thing for me to do for Kai because you can see he has leaves. So it's fall, the leaves are falling. So I'm gonna get the leaves out of here first, the best I can. I blasted Chris, you guys. Chris is looking like a Beyonce video. Just blast this out with air first to get the leaves out. Okay, the reason why you want to get your leaves out of all the nooks and crannies here is the leaves actually hold water. So if you have a bunch of leaves kind of in here and over here, they hold water and then there's a potential for rust. So make sure if you live in an area with changing weather, get those leaves out of the nooks and crannies of your engine. So pressure washer, the best way to wash an engine is with the pressure washer. So what I'm gonna do is avoid blasting his cool air intake right here. So I'm gonna focus away from it. It's okay if it gets a little wet. If you have a car that dates before, I don't know, let's call it 2000, probably 95 is fine, but something that has exposed electrical, exposed engine parts, where it's gonna intake something, don't clean your engine, or wrap those areas up with foil, aluminum foil, or plastic bag, okay? So what I'm gonna do is blast this off. So like I said, I'm gonna avoid spraying this directly. So I'll aim away from it. If it gets a little wet, it's fine, but just avoiding getting it crazy, crazy wet. Hit the cowl up here, all down over here. Okay, great. Then tire and rubber cleaner. Boom. Hit all the, you can stand back a little bit, plastic components like so. Like that. Then you use the same tools in your wheel bucket. And I would just say, I tend to use these two exclusively. If you have a truck that's harder to reach, the fender brush is like something you can reach back on your truck and your engine. Okay, but on a car that's a little bit lower, the wheel brush. So take the wheel brush and hit all the broad surfaces the best you can.
effective at cleaning an engine compartment versus tire rubber cleaner?
APC works really well. Yeah, I would probably say like APC works better in some instances. The thing about APC, all-purpose cleaner, is that it's a designated degreaser. It's kind of like Simple Green. It's like a more premium version of Simple Green. So that's actually a product Adam really likes, because when he was detailing when he was younger, Simple Green was like his product that he loved. And actually Adam and the owner of Simple Green are like good friends, which I think is like really cool. But yeah, APC is kind of like a Simple Green style of product. So, and then your trim and lug nut brush to get in all the areas I couldn't really fit that wheel brush in. Some of these, some of the wiring here, some over here, just quick and easy. Like I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm just like going really quick, really fast. You know, your engine is something that you don't see all the time, but when you do open it up and see it, and it's dirty, you're like, God, you know, I should clean that. I should have cleaned that. So it's just something I tend to, like I said, like not even when I'm doing a full detail. Like if I feel like I have a little bit of extra, 5 or 10 minutes missed, I'll just blast my engine off really quick. Just a little foam piece I gotta put back. And again, like I'm still not putting a ton of water on the whole car, but this is the last thing I would do before I'd wash the car, because as you can see, I'm starting to get water like on the glass, okay, and like on the grill. And then it's about time where like, what I would do usually is I'd have my foam cannon ready, and as soon as I close the door to the engine bay, then I would rinse the car off, and then I would attach the foam cannon and foam it down. So then once the foam is on there, so do that, then I would go and foam the car, or I would rinse the car right now, get all the excess dirt and grime off, then I would foam it. As soon as the foam from the soap is on there, then I'm safe. Then I have like as long as I want, because it's safer to have car soap or the foam from our car soaps on the car. It's safer to have that on there than just straight water, okay? Because the soap and the foam, they neutralize the water and prevent water spots completely. But as soon as you rinse it off, as soon as you rinse the soap off, time is on. You got to get your car dry. You got to figure out how to get it into shade. If you need more, if you can only do it in the direct sun, then dry the part that's in the direct sun first, then move to the other side. So just something to think about. Now, I think I'm pretty much ready. I blasted these again, so let me just get these a little bit more dry, and then I'll put a tie. While I get these dry, I want a group vote on the live. Do you guys want shiny tires, or do you want not shiny tires? I'm gonna dress them with either a shiny tire dressing or a matte finish tire dressing, and I wanna see what you guys think. And then I'm also gonna be doing a giveaway, so make sure you guys stick around. Probably give away a couple things, but yeah, I want to know what you guys want. Shiny or not shiny? Duce! Okay. My DJ. What do they want? Shiny, what? Fine, I'll do shiny. Oh, look at this. I also have the graphene tire dressing if you guys want to see that. That's usually a fan favorite. Well, oh, I'll be back in 1 second. Okay. What do we do for all weather floor mats and what do we do for tires? They want shiny tires. I do too. I think on a car like this, it's a little bit newer. Shiny tires is the way to go. So I actually brought out some VRT and some tire shine, and we're going to be doing tire shine. Unless they wanted to see the graphene. I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me.
They want to see graphene too. Do both.
Okay, let's do both. So, we'll leave VRT aside. So what I'm going to do is, so with a car like this, okay, this car doesn't have super aggressive tread block, okay? And what I want to show you guys too is like when I rub this now, it doesn't come up all black on my hands because the tire and rubber cleaner and the tire scrub brush, we got all the tire blooming, we got all of the old tire dressing off of here. There's a little bit left right here, but I think it's fine. It's not a big deal. So,
That was at the bottom.
yeah, this was at the bottom down here. So what I forgot to do is clean this section too, and I cleaned inside the barrels as well. So guess what? Amateur mistake. I'm sorry. I know. Total rookie move. Anyways, so normally what I would, someone was asking about more aggressive tread block earlier. So if this had a bigger tire wall and it had more aggressive tread, what I would do is I would spray the tire shine directly into the tread block, but I would avoid getting it onto the actual wheel, okay? Because it would take you a long time unless you had a dedicated trim and lug nut brush to painting tire dressing into your aggressive tread block. So what you can do is just, you get your dressing onto spray, and like I can show you right now, I'll just do it. You move your hand while you do it. So it's kind of like this motion, okay? So I barely got it on the wheel, but really what I'm trying to do is spray kind of this section of it. But realistically with a tire like this, it's low profile. You just spray it. So you have the wide section of the block and you have the skinny section of the block, okay? For low profile tires, I use the skinny section of the block, okay? You don't need to cut things in half. You don't need to do all that stuff. Use the skinny side of this, okay? And let me just make a line. And then you put this on here, okay? I'm trying to make a line so you can see the difference. Now a tire shine, if you want it like really shiny, there's a couple ways to do that. Okay, the number one way would be to, whoa, this chair's broken by the way. Spray the tire shine on here, let it sit for 10, 15 minutes. So what you're essentially doing is letting the silicone in the tire shine dry. And you can feel it after like 10 or 15 minutes. It feels like kind of sticky and thick. Then you sort of even it out a little bit with your applicator. That's maximum shine, okay, with tire shine. Now, if you want it to be mildly shiny, spray it directly onto your applicator and then apply it. If you don't want it to be really that shiny at all, you spray it into this and then you take the applicator and you even it out like this. Okay, so you can see I'm like knocking down the shine quite a bit by just rubbing it with a fresh side of the applicator. Or you could have a second applicator. But you guys said you wanted shiny, so I'm gonna or you could do a couple layers of it. But usually what I like to do is just, I like one layer. Tire shine is, I really like it a lot, but you'll see graphene tire dressing, I think, just became a fan favorite
Scott
for a
says,
reason.
I made a cardboard cutout of the diameter of my wheel to cover it when spraying tire shine onto my off-road tires.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely like use something to shield your wheel, but I think for me, it's just sort of part of my routine where I spray this on, and then I have detail spray and a plush towel with me, whether it's borderless gray or single soft, and I end up wiping my wheels down anyways, and then I touch up my car as well. CS3 is another thing I like to use for that, but just kind of that touch up process, I'll go through and do that. So there's Tire Shine. This tire does not get dressed ever, so it's drinking this product in. Come look at this, Chris. If you can see right here. So when I say drinking, it means these tires are pretty dry. So you can see it's like really uneven right here. Okay. It almost is like I didn't even apply it. This is more like where I'm applying it. This is like where it's drinking it in. What that means, we just need to keep adding to it. Okay. And sometimes, look, if you don't dress your tires consistently, that will start to happen. You'll start to get your tires like drinking in the moisture from the product that you're putting on there. So there's that. Now we get into more of the graphene tire dressing that's been sitting out here for like months, which is kind of gross. Okay. And same thing, I'm just gonna spray this into the applicator. Okay, maybe incorporate it a little bit. And then I'll leave a little section so we can see a difference. And, okay. Now, graphene tire dressing goes on, you know, pretty wet and dark looking, but it tends to level off like really even and rich color. Now, one of the main differences, I'll just say this, graphene tire dressing is an extension of Tire Shine, okay? You have a little bit less of the silicone, the shiny aspect of it, but what you get in return is a longer lasting tire dressing. So you're gonna get a similar look, I would say, between the two. Yo, this Tire Shine is just going in, it's crazy. But the graphene tire dressing, because it has reduced graphene oxide in it, it just makes it more resistant to chemicals, water, things like that. So it lasts longer. So I would say your graphene tire dressing is going to last wash to wash consistently every time. Whereas Tire Shine has a touch of silica in it, or SiO2, which is the same kind of protection agent in CS3. So it's gonna last, but not nearly as long as graphene tire dressing. And dude, again, this side is just getting, it's just taking it in. This is consistent with something that doesn't get, like I know for sure this tire doesn't get dressed very often. I mean, let's be honest, it doesn't get cleaned very often, as you can tell by when we started, but yeah, that's sort of the difference you're gonna get there. But yeah, look, here's a lesson. Clean and dress your tires, clean your wheels consistently. And if you do that, the more consistently you do it, the better they're gonna look through time, okay? So keep that in mind. That's just something that you gotta take into account. And I think that's something Adam has taught me, he's taught other people, that car care, look, it's like self-care, right? Self-care, what does that mean? Does that mean you eat a salad every 3 months and like you're healthy? No, it means that you have a consistent diet, you work out, you do all this stuff. Car care is the same thing. Keep it consistent. Clean your car every couple weeks. Dress your tires consistently. Clean your wheels consistently. Add some CS3 protection over a ceramic coating. All that stuff, if you do it consistently, it's gonna keep your car looking better for a longer period of time. So Chris, do you wanna show them, did they see the before already?
Yeah.
Show them that before one more time. Oh, wait. Don't show them anything yet. I'm gonna show you how to dress all-weather floor mats. Somebody asked that. Then I'm gonna do a giveaway. So one way to dress all-weather floor mats is using interior detailer, okay? Do not use a tire dressing or a trim dressing. Do not do it. It is too slippery, too slick, and you'll go to get in your car and whoop, it's like, you know, trying to step on ice. Interior detailer is one way, okay? So what you can do is spray interior detailer on like this, let it sit, it will even out to a really nice look, okay? My favorite way is using this Graphene ceramic spray coating, whether it's regular or the advanced, I don't care. This is the thing. Same thing, you spray it on here, like so. Okay, what this is gonna do, not only does it make your all-weather floor mats look amazing, it also protects them, so it's easier to clean the next time you come around. So normally what I do is spray it on there and then even it out. Let me just grab a applicator super quick. Let's see, so just like to even it out a little bit. Okay, so either way, it's like the spray coating. Here's the thing, the spray coating is a little bit more expensive way to dress your all-weather floor mats, but it warrants you a better result because it lasts longer. It also makes it easier to clean in the long run, okay? Whereas interior detailer is easier, less expensive, and something you can do more consistently. So that's the way that you would protect or dress all-weather floor mats. So all right, Chris is going to show you guys the before and then the after, and all the while he's doing that, he's going to be picking somebody to give away a wheel kit that essentially it's the wheel kit that I showed you guys today. So it's going to be it'll be the products. I'll even throw in, I'm sure a lot of you guys that are watching this have a lot of the tools already. So how about this? What I will do is I'll customize the giveaway to the person that wins. So Chris will pick somebody, and then what I'll do is I'm gonna have you email me. Okay, so if you won, you're gonna email me, joe@adamspolishes.com, and then we're gonna talk about what you need for wheel cleaning, and then I'll send you what I think is appropriate. Because here's the thing, I don't wanna like give away something and everyone has all the tools already. That would be just, we don't need to do that. And then I'll do one other giveaway after that, and that will be more tire dressing. So I'm going to give away the graphene tire dressing with 2 block applicators. What do you think, Chris?
Matt Hudson.
Matt Hudson, there you go. That was easy. Matt Hudson, email me, okay? joe@adamspolishes.com. Congratulations for winning. I'll get you some wheel cleaning stuff, and we'll be solid. We'll be good to go. Okay, last person for some graphene tire dressing and 2 block applicators.
Travis Druck.
Travis Druck, there you go. There you go, Travis. Email me, joe@adamspolishes.com, and I will get you just email me your name and your address, and I'll get that graphene tire dressing sent out to you with some applicators. So there you go. Wheel cleaning on YouTube, live, straight up on a Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Listen, we go live every Wednesday at 1 o'clock, no matter what. And we've been doing it consistently on Facebook for a couple years now. We might switch it up. We might do Facebook and YouTube, or we might just go YouTube. And then once we have the video complete, then we'll post it onto Facebook. But we're kind of testing it out, seeing where the best place to do live is. Listen, I had a lot of fun. The turnaround on this wheel was amazing. If you're kind of getting to the tail end of this live video, make sure you go back and re-watch it. It's going to be posted on our YouTube forever. And also on our YouTube, we have a ton of how-to videos for kind of everything in our line. So make sure you guys check out our extensive library of videos. And I just want to say thank you for the support. Happy birthday, Rick. Happy birthday, Aaron. I'll catch you guys next week. Probably on probably we'll do YouTube again. I think actually there's something I've been wanting to talk about, and I'm probably going to go live on Monday on YouTube again. So watch out for some posts about going live on YouTube on Monday, and we'll talk about something that we get questions about a lot. So thank you guys for watching. If you won, make sure you email me, and I'll catch you guys next week.